and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a lovely one out there. And hopefully it's sunny out for you guys. Because it is, what, 12 o'clock right now? It has been storming all day. It has been pitch black out there. Like, it's summer. It's Florida. It's Orlando. Like, it's expected. But, I mean, like, it has been pitch black outside all morning. And literally, within the last 10 minutes, the sun's come out, which is why it's kind of bright, on the screen for you guys. Because before, it was not. It was thundering, storming heavy. And I almost thought that I wasn't going to be able to record because power goes out, lights go out, internet goes out. Then we're just stuck here. But we are still stuck here, but we're going to listen to some music. Anyways, today we listen to Kornmo. We're returning to this album, which I'm not going to try to pronounce, but I'm still going to try to pronounce it. Vargin Dogschnot. I think that sounded kind of right. We're going to listen to the next track, Huldras Hale, off of the album. Of course, this is recommended and sponsored by Anson. So thank you so much for the recommendation and the sponsorship. It's kind of hot in here. I apologize, but I need some air. I need something. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if there's noise with the fan, but it wasn't hot when I first walked in. But sitting down, it's a little warm. All right, let's go ahead and dive on into the track. 19-minute track lined up for us. Let's go ahead and dive on it. Before we actually do so, Huldras Hale. Never heard of Huldra. Don't know what that means. Let's give that a Google search and see if anything pops up for us. Holder or Huldra. Bring you guys up here real quick. A Hulda or Huldra is a seductive forest creature found in Scandinavian folklore. Her name derives from a root meaning covered or secret. In folklore, she is known as Huldra. She is known as Skogskra, forest spirit, or Talamaha, pine tree Mary, in Swedish folklore. Described as beautiful, the Huldra is noted for having a distinctive inhuman feature, an animal's hairy legs and tail, and or a back resembling a hollowed out tree. That's interesting. That I don't see it here on this particular picture, but that's interesting. Are you hiding your tail right there? I see. You can't hide that thing from me. All right, let's go ahead and listen to the song. We'll talk about it after. Here we go. Let's get a little bit of jazzy setup with that piano. It's very scenic and the soundtrack is twisted. Brings him some warmth that I feel was much needed at this point. Feels a little bit like old Huldras, especially when hearing that guitar. I do like how that swung into this groove. Catchy melody. There's some life coming with that organ. That is not organ. This section I really like because I like how the tempo has been given some life. And that is a very catchy melody. Gotta say, I love when the flute enters. really nice mix of styles though. That's good. Back and forth between the acoustic guitar and the distorted electric. Kind of sounds Italian to me for some reason. It sounds like sitting out on like a market, like in a town square. Getting a little heavier. That was a lead-in. That was a lead-in. I think the band is really cool when they get into like these moments where like it becomes more full and you get that rich sound. Oh, that's snuck in. That's snuck in there. Double bass roll. You're playing now. You're playing now. That's it, ripped out. eases out and builds it back in little by little. That's the ending climactic guitar. When you heard that, you know it's coming. You know it's bringing it down. That, ladies and gentlemen, is Huldras Hale. I have a question. Do you think that the song, this track, is what the album cover is based on? And that little creature on the bottom right is the Huldra themselves with the tail? I mean, makes sense. Huldras Hale, but Huldras tail. All right, this is better than the first song that we listened to. This is a track that it's a grower, not a shower to me. Hear me out. This is a track that in the beginning, I thought it sounded nice, but I felt that it was a little stiff. I thought, okay, it's a nice soundscape. It's creating good feeling. It feels a little stiff and a little empty. It feels like it's missing something. However, I want to say probably around 8 minutes or so when I got in there, it started to really become, I would say, I'm just speaking of the music, kind of giving it personification, but the music became more confident, more full. Its sound matured, and it seemed to like really grow into itself and what it was setting out to accomplish. I really, really enjoyed some of those sections. I mean, they were to me extremely melodic. This sounded to me like a fusion of like Mike Oldfield, as I mentioned, Camel, like I've previously mentioned, in the way that the music is approached, especially the guitar sound, that specific tone that electric guitar gets. That's going to be odd roar back and on the guitar and the keyboards. excellent guitar playing. I love the passages when the guitar playing was accented with the electric guitar, but also that acoustic. I don't know what kind of strings or whatever, but like it had that very, to me, Renaissance kind of sound. Those parts reminded me of Griffin in that it really put me into like a town square. And just like listening to this band, this traveling troupe that's playing the music, but like they're like good. They're not just like, you know, you hire this band to play at your tavern for like, you know, free drinks. No. This was like, ooh, who are these guys? Like, they're above our pay grade here at the tavern, basically. And I really enjoyed those passages. I thought those came really together really nicely. And this is definitely a track that has sections, right? It's very, I don't want to say piecemeal. That's probably going too far. But in the same respect, there's clear and defined sections that you can listen to when listening to this track. It feels like one whole adventure, but there's distinct acts and scenes within this adventure. And I think the way that Anton, the drummer, handled a lot of those transitions were really, really well done. Because I always felt that he was the one that was kind of being the, I don't know why I was going to say the oracle, but having the foresight in saying, okay, we're changing. Here's your setup. Here's your transition. Nice drum fill. Boom, we smack into another section. So I thought those were really set up really nicely. You know, actually, let me bring all this together. You know that probably my favorite section is going to be that bass solo with the organ just cooking, simmering underneath it. Love that. And I like how not only the bass solo there, but much of the music wasn't like a shred fest or anything like that. It's not how fast you can play. It's just putting out this very nice soundscape, this kind of cinematic experience with the music and letting all of that unfold very naturally. I gotta say, I tried to remember exactly where some of the things I liked were. Right. Oh yeah, and that kind of jazzy beginning with the piano, that was kind of cool. I want to say it was around 8 minutes here. See, like, this to me is when the music was really starting to like cook. That was really when it's really starting to kind of come in. I love that sound there. And then moving on really quick here. This. See, it takes us from that kind of pastoral, folky, progressive rock kind of sound of like old and brings it into that, which I thought was really, really nicely done. The synth work, I think, is fantastic. Like I mentioned, I like the piano work as well. However, hold on. I'm going to show you. I think if I was to gauge it, 75% of the transitions and the sections and the ways that they veined between each other worked very well. However, I will admit that there were a couple of times that, just because of generally the way I am, I like the music to sit for a little bit. And we got a great amount of time with a lot of those moments. But I feel like, I wasn't counting, but I feel like this was a 20-act track. And it could have been like a 10-act. And just allowed some of those pieces to maybe go on a little bit more, develop a little bit more. So like, for example, obviously, I love this section. I was trying to remember when. This is magic. This is bliss. It's just incredible sounding, right? I did not like when we got from that right there. Let's define that a little bit better. Magic. This is enchanting. This is walking through the enchanted forest. There's a brilliant build-up before that, moving into this. Like, just, I'm here. This. I just didn't love that section, for example. I didn't love that transition. It kind of took something that I viewed and heard as mystical, legendary, folklore-esque. Like, it took all that mysticism and then just slapped some synth on top of it. So not all of the transitions worked for me. Not all of the sections worked for me. But I do think overall this was a satisfying listen. And like I said, I think that this is truly a grower. It got better as it went on, which is better than going in the other direction. I would definitely for sure say. But really, really wonderful playing. Nils Larson on the bass. Love the cooking on the bass. Just a really, really excellent track. That was a good listen. Anson, thank you so much once again. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Follow me in a few places. Thank you as always for being here. Come back tomorrow, and I'll see you all later. Bye, guys.